Welcome to the podcast, where we teach you how to create marketing that pops. Get ready for refreshing conversations with industry experts, trendsetters, and creative minds that'll leave you bubbling with inspiration. Get ready to turn up the volume on your business. Let's get popping. Welcome back to Marketing That Pops. I'm Olivia, and today we are joined by Tiffany Davis, the founder and CEO of Thryve Companies and the co-founder of Thryve Roots, a Black and female-owned business dedicated to sustainable agriculture and plant-based wellness. So Tiffany, welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
How you got your start?
So actually, I have a long history of my financial background. So I started about 20 plus years ago, just in the private equity, financial distress turnaround industry. And basically what that is, people call it a fixer, people call it, helping distressed companies, but really you're just going in and looking at the company at its entirety to really see what the root cause of the failure or the operational disconnect or even like the financial or even cultural, even marketing, right? So you're looking at the entire global aspect. And so that's kind of where I started out, spent the most time of my career. And then I actually got into the plant world, and it was just not something that I thought I would do, to be honest. I worked for a company that had a formulation that they were working on, and I really got intrigued about what does it do. So we started out in the cannabis space about 8 years ago, and then we ventured into the big ag space. And what you'll find is they're two separate, different cultures, but very similar at the same time. And it's just kind of a weird space to straddle between the cannabis world and the ag world. So that's how I started. I love sustainable growing. I love organic products. And I think that where we are in the world today, everybody's looking for a way to do something for themselves, whether it's having a cool plant in their home, trying to have a mini garden if you live in the city, having a big garden if you don't. And then also, both cannabis has its own way around what people are looking to do for all type of health purposes. That's kind of me in a nutshell.
Oh, wow. Okay. I love that you kind of took like a different route to where you landed. So I was telling you on every episode, we have a myth that we have our guests debunk. And today's no different. So I have one for you.
Okay.
The myth is if you use the right soil or products, plants will thrive no matter what.
That is not a myth, actually. It is correct. I think plants are organisms, right? And they are alive, right? So it's like our own selves where you're like, okay, if I do the right balance of workout, if I have the right balance of free time, I have the right balance of all the supplements in my body, right? I'll thrive. But also there's care to that too. Every plant and everything is fickle, right? So one soil for one plant might work well, another type of soil might not. So is it a myth? No. Is it completely true? Maybe not, because I think there's just so many things that go into that. But soil is the absolutely basis of your plant thriving. So a healthy soil will help in creating a healthy plant.
I like that. I feel like that was a good answer because I feel like that's kind of like where I land because I have a lot of plants. I don't necessarily have a green thumb. So to get it together, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, look, most people don't have a green thumb. I love when people say that. They're like, I have a green thumb. I'm like, no, you don't. You just have more patience, right? Like, literally, like, plants are about patience, right? They're babies. Like I said, they're live organisms. You have to be patient. They're fickle. They have attitudes. We have the whole thing that we name them things. We talk about how easy, if you're a beginner in the plant world, or if you're not, like, they got attitudes. So they're like us, girl. They got things they want to tell us when we don't listen.
I could be going wrong. I think it's the patience.
Yeah, no, patience for the plant world is a virtue. Okay. Yeah.
So you've led large scale corporations, and how has that mindset transferred, or do you feel like maybe you even have carried over some of that same mindset into like this brand?
I think the experience in the larger corporations, I mean, a business is a business, right? And I think people get really caught up on if it's a small business, if it's a large business. We have the same issues and problems. We have the same wins. We have the same losses. It's just at what scale do we have them, right? Sometimes it's a larger scale than others. You know, you might be dealing with employee issues at 1,000 person versus a two, but it doesn't mean that the issue is less important or less complicated or distracting.
Mhm.
We're all building our customer base. We're always looking for a new customer. We're always looking for another brand or another product to launch. If we're smart in a small business, we're counting our pennies, right? Like we're trying to figure out where they're going to go. So I think that if you have been in any type of business, large or small, what I take from it is that, right? It's the same issues, but at what scale? And I think the important part of it is really just understanding what creates a business. And what creates a business is a culture.
Mhm.
And there's nothing different than if you have a tone from the top, if it's a 5 person organization or 1 person organization or 200 person organization. Culture is
Mhm.
everything. And that culture then translate into your product, which should translate into your marketing, which should translate into the way you run your business on
Mhm.
all levels. The takeaway for me is that the culture is everything, small or large.
That's good. I love that. So your brand voice, kind of going into that a little bit, it definitely sounds and feels very intentional. Like it just seems very welcoming, especially like on your social media. It's just kind of, it's just some of the posts. I feel like they've been very whimsical and fun and
Yes.
approachable. Would you say that that is exactly what you guys are trying to portray? And how has that been like trying to weave that authenticity through for you?
Well, I think you nailed it, the authenticity, right? I mean, that's just what it is. The team that I have behind me, we have the same idea where we want the brand to be. And yes, we intentionally created and want to continue to create that whimsical, fun, inclusive experience, right? And that's why our social media is Thryve Roots Squad, because
Yeah.
we look at it as it's a squad, it's everyone. The individual that handles our social media, Stacy, she's very well in tuned and intentioned with her posts, right?
Mhm.
She doesn't wake up in the morning and I'm just gonna post a thing. She spends hours, and I mean she's dedicated. She spends hours
Mhm.
creating posts, including being mindful of who we're putting on our page, what we're responding to, because the feel of the brand is not just about, hey, your soil's going to be great if your plant lives, but
Mhm.
also like as a squad, we're in this together. It's hard. You just said in the beginning of the show, it's hard caring for these babies and you have them. But it's not impossible. Everybody's on their plant journey. We are on our plant journey. We are all on a journey, whether it's with a plant or anything else. So every day when you look at our page, our intention is authenticity. Whatever your journey is,
Mhm.
continue on that journey and do your best.
Right. With that authenticity, I feel like you guys have kind of been building this community. Are there any particular communities that you guys are trying to tap into? And where do you want to see Thrive kind of be in the community?
We continue to maintain the authenticity, inclusivity.
Mm.
We are very inclusive. We want to continue to be inclusive. We want to make sure that everybody feels at home on our page and with our product and included in our brand. So
Mhm.
I will fight for inclusivity.
Mhm.
That is what the brand stands for. Do we have a particular culture community? No, right? Where everybody's welcome. Come have fun. Plant communities, non-plant communities, ethnicity, religion, we don't care. You're all welcome, part of the
Mhm.
squad, right? If we make you feel good, that's our goal for that day. And I think what we want to continue to do is give the brand exposure, continue to have those fun posts, but also educate our community on why soil is important, what our product does, and how
Mhm.
just really not to overthink what you do for your plant babies, as we call them as plant parents. And
Mhm.
also too, it's okay if we fail. If that plant dies or we have to revive it, just like
Mhm.
anything else in the world, learn from your failures. It's not just the plant, is what we're trying to kind of relate to the community is like all your failures, you can revive them. And when you can't, you can learn from them.
Right. Ooh, that's a good soundbite. I wanted to just touch on a little bit, just like the packaging, because
Mhm.
we are a marketing agency, and I
Yes.
do feel like your packaging kind of stands out in itself in the sense of it doesn't look like all of the different nutrient products that are out there,
Mhm.
and it, I don't know, it's just aesthetically pleasing. So, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm a big packaging fan just from my own buying, being the consumer, but I also feel like the financial side of me is we don't need to overspend for our
Right.
packaging. You want it to feel good, but your consumer is not buying package, right? We have a simple white bottle, F-style white bottle, but we really put a lot of time and effort into the label of the bottle, right?
Right.
Giving it that UV glitter, making
Mhm.
it shiny to see it, you're happy. So that was intentional. When we were looking at the brand and looking at the product, I was like, I want to feel good when I pick this product up. I
Mhm.
don't want to feel like, oh my God, I'm wasting so much money financially on this product because the bottle's so beautiful. But I do
Mhm.
want to look at it and be like, oh my gosh, it makes me happy.
Right.
It's bringing joy to my day. And
Mhm.
then the product smells really good too. So we had that as well. You see this bottle, you love it, you open it, and now it smells good. So packaging is very important because it's the first thing that your
Mhm.
consumer sees about you. They've never seen or heard you before. They're not on Instagram. They see you in your store. It's
Right.
what I call the first impression, right?
Mhm.
And first impressions, as we know, are everything. We are very big on that first impression of that bottle, which is why you see it look the way it is. And then
Mhm.
even when we ship out, we bite down every bottle. We make sure that it's crisp and clean. We make sure the labels are on there perfectly. Marketing is about, and that branding is
Yeah.
about your first impression.
Yeah. Every step of it is so important.
Yep.
If someone is just getting introduced to you, what are the products that you would recommend to them first? Like for me, myself, as I said, no green thumb over here. What would you recommend to me?
I would recommend to you the garden. So we have 3 profiles. We have garden, we have citrus, and berry. Garden is really for your house plant,
Mhm.
ornamentals, and they're for outdoor too. But for yourself, buy an 8-ounce or 16-ounce of garden and then
Mhm.
start incorporating it to your water routine. It's gonna really help with the soil. And again, with soil being the main part of your getting your leaves, right, and your roots healthy, that's where I would tell you start there, incorporate it, really get that healthy soil going, and you'll see your plants start to thrive.
Well, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yes, you do.
Do you have any products that maybe you have been working on that maybe we don't know about that you're excited about?
Yes, yes, we do. We actually have 2 products that are in the works right now. We have a soil that we are working on, and just something that is gonna be easy. You see online, you have all these soil,
Mhm.
hacks and these soil, add this, add that, do all the things, but the reality is, who's really doing that, right? So at the time, right? They have the time to do it. So we are actually in the process of introducing a soil. And then we're also introducing what we call like our leaf shine, but it's going to do more than just shine. It's going to actually help with some of the pests that you have that are
Mm,
on your leaves. So we do have a couple cool things coming out and we're super excited about it.
love that. When you guys are thinking about a rollout or maybe even a particular campaign that you wanna use for maybe these new products, what are some of the channels and thought process that you guys go through when you're thinking about kind of distribution of that?
Well, I mean, as you know, social media is a big part of our lives today, right? As it comes to branding and marketing. So we're actually in the middle of a PR campaign that we're getting
Mm,
ready to launch. And great timing because we've gone through all the things. Do we get influencers?
yeah,
At what level influence? Micro, macro, there's all types of different ranges
yeah.
influencers that we can tap into. We sell a lot of our product through wholesale. What stores do we want to partner with? Who do we want to get on board to do this campaign? We talk about PlantCon. PlantCon is a huge part of our
Mhm.
marketing budget. Go to PlantCon. We get to see all of our amazing customers and act and face to face with them. And I think face to face marketing, when you can do it in person, is the best
Mhm.
marketing because you really can get people to really truly understand your product and feel your
Right.
vibe, right? And the culture. So we're really big on that face to face touching our consumer. Right now, we go through all the channels, your influencers, your wholesale, which is your stores. We go through our face to face direct to consumer. So we're
Mhm.
hitting all the channels, but we're doing it intentionally and mindful because marketing can be expensive and it's hard to really get that
Absolutely.
ROI, as you guys know.
Mhm. Great answers. I'm glad I asked you about your new upcoming campaign that you got going on. I want to kind of ask you some fun this or that questions so you can kind of let me
Okay.
know where you land. So, house plants or herbs?
Ooh, houseplants.
Okay. Aloe or lavender?
Ooh, lavender all day.
Grow from seed or buy fully grown?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I would say fully grown. From seed is rough. Rough.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
it's very, like, satisfying. That's the word, girl, satisfying. It's very satisfying, but it's not, like it's hard. It's not for the
Yeah.
weak.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Not for the weak, yeah.
Moss wall or succulent shelf?
Ooh, a moss wall is beautiful. Moss wall, yeah.
Indoor jungle or minimalist greenery?
Indoor jungle, but I am a minimalist greenery because I am traveling, but I love there's some beautiful plants out there.
Mhm.
Blossom Effect, I don't know if you know her on Instagram. She
No,
is
really?
amazing. Look her up, Blossom Effect. Her name is Paige, and she has an indoor jungle, and it is fabulous. Yeah,
Let's see. I have a couple more for you. Pressed flowers or dried bundles?
dried bundles.
Cactus or snake plant?
So everybody has a snake plant.
Yes, me too.
Too, I got them too. I am too, for sure.
Lastly, I'll ask macrame, plant hanger, or terracotta pot?
Ooh, God, they're both beautiful. Terracotta pot is going to help with your plants.
Perfect. I think we kind of talked a lot about your journey. We talked about products and where, like, someone new kind of being introduced to Thrive Roots and where they should start. Is there any other things that you feel like maybe if someone is just getting into on their plant journey, let's say,
Yes.
things that they should know or think about that maybe I didn't ask?
No, I mean, I just think that, everybody's journey is going to be different. Just patience, patience.
Mhm.
And the one thing I will say is you're going to read and see, and Instagram has a lot of these plant hacks. There's no such thing. There's no hacks, right? Like, I mean, I don't, you hear soak your banana peels and put them in the water. People are putting
Mm.
heating pads on their plant.
Oh,
Like, oh, yeah, they got the heating pad. I mean, I've heard it all. People bake their soil, love it, but, like, it's not a thing, right?
mm,
People use a lot of fertilizer. Like, guys, if you look outside, you don't see fertilizer plants, just, trucks just fertilizing
right.
all the greenery outside. It's not necessary. Just healthy soil, and I believe in it. And the soil amendment Thrive that we have, I mean, you need healthy soil. So whether you use our soil
Mhm,
amendment or somebody else's,
mhm.
and even when you're propagating, you need a healthy root system, and that's what it's gonna do. So I would just say, get rid of the hack, have patience, condition your soil, don't overwater, and
Mm.
the overwatering
Yeah.
is a lot, and you're gonna have some ups and downs, and be okay with that.
Wonderful. Well, Tiffany, thank you so much for hopping on today and being a part of the
Yeah, thanks for
podcast.
having me. Yeah.
You could let us know where people can find you on the internet.
So you can find us at thryveroots.com. That is our website. And then on our Instagram is at Thryve Roots Squad.
Perfect. Wonderful. So you guys check them out. The info will be in the description. So if you are listening, you can check it out there. But until next time, keep it popping.
All right. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening with us today. Stay tuned for the latest in web marketing and design from Thryve Pop. Want to be a pop star? Head over to thrivepop.com/podcast to join our mailing list for episode notifications, sneak peeks, listener feedback, and more.